So we came here from last night, found this tree, little sapling cedar type tree, just decided to fall over. Only thing keeping it from crossing the driveway is that vine. It's wrapped up in there holding it. As far as I can tell, it can just rotted. Doesn't look like anything hit it or anything. It looks like it just split off from the main trunk and just fell. So guess I'm gonna cut it up and drag it to the backyard for the burn pile. Okay, so I know it's been a few weeks since we've had an update. My builder, unfortunately, his adult daughter passed away of cancer, so we've been letting them have a little bit of space to go through that process. They got back to work this week though, got a lot done. We got some plumbing in for our showers. We've figured out where all of our shower heads are gonna go, and we plumbed our finished plumbing for our drains. We got all that squared away. Master shower. Our tile people are supposed to be here this week putting the base down. All of our tile came in. All of our cabinets are ordered. We had to modify those just slightly a little bit due to our sink. We bought our sink, we've got it in storage. All of our electrician, he's run a bunch of these wires that were previously not ran, just the boxes were in. So we've got a lot of progress on the utility and the trades front. So we're gonna go back over here, talk to you a little bit about the living room and what got done here, because we had some work done in here. So in the living room, they put the metal runs up that are gonna hold the sheetrock to the purlins. In that area right there, we talked about going 90. Well, we actually have to do a 45 and then a 90 just for the headroom down the staircase. So that was done over the course of about 3 days. They brought another scissor lift in and they knocked it out. So they just went ahead and they screwed right to where the purlins are. So everywhere there's one of those screws, that's a purlin, and we tried to anchor them as best we could. That is a necessity to get our drywall hung. We also got our gas log insert. I got it from North Country Fire. It's a pretty nice little gas log set. We got it set up. I got a few of my cameras set. I got a few of those put up today. So we'll dial those in over the course of the next couple of weeks. Really just a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on, ordering things, waiting for things to come in. We showed one of our family members wanted to see the house. We got to show them the house, give them a tour, give them a little bit of insight into how a Barndominum is built, how we've done things. Another thing they did this week, they recut this out because when the electrician put our floor receptacle in, he forgot to put the receptacle in for the island. So he's going to have to eat that cost of going underneath our concrete over to here where our cabinets are, popping up his electricity over there, because by code you have to have a electrical outlet in the island. Plus we wanted to have some anyway, and our dishwasher is going in over here. So that all needed to happen before we got the cabinets in and while the electrician was here running all his electrical lines. So there are some things we did get done, just not a huge update this week. I would be hard pressed to think that we wouldn't be getting close to drywall 1st of November. And the hopes, with fingers crossed, is that we get all the finish work done by the end of November and we can be in by December. But anytime I have a thought process on how time-wise this is going to go, it ends up being a little bit longer than I expect and a little bit more money than I expect. So that's something to always remember, is build yourself a mental cushion on timelines. You can't get upset whenever the builder, has an issue with the family, or you have a subcontractor that, his crew gets sick with COVID maybe. You just have to take things as they come, and you can't get upset about the little things. Just know that progress is being made, and that eventually, at some point, you will be in your Barndominum. Also this week, septic was buried, the not so glorious part of house building. So we had our septic tank. It's installed for 5 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms. Our drain lines, it's our whole drain field, and then our repair area over there. One of the things that you need to remember is, if you're gonna build anytime in 2021, 2022, I'm sure it'll carry right over into it, but we waited from January until April to get our septic permit passed. That was all time spent waiting on the inspector to do his job. It didn't have anything to do with us. I went and paid the inspection fee in January. We dug our perk holes, and our inspector came out and tested the perk holes, and then from there it was just a waiting game until they were done. And that took from January till the end of April, and it took me calling a few times to see where he was at in the process, and basically just bugged him until he finished. But that was a very long wait time. And I tell you that to tell you that you cannot get, in our county, you cannot get a building permit until you pass your septic permit. So if you have to have a septic system or a well, then you have to get on the ball with that early. And that's something that you just got to take into account on timeline, or you'll just be sitting with materials on site and no permit to put them up. Food for thought.